Okay, gang, let's get back to this. And now we are going to play through the game as base. That's right, we're gonna eat some hooks or something. I don't know. That's a joke for like one person who would ever be in the audience and who isn't gonna watch this VOD. It's okay, nobody will watch this. I can be as bad at this game as I want to, and nobody will ever care. Except for the one person who hears about the word save states and gets activated. Thank you for the 100 bits. These drills are rude. Anyway, so I'll take a second and I will show off what base can do here. We've already seen he's got a machine gun as opposed to the charge shots that Mega Man has. Generally does less damage per hit than the Mega Buster, but it does more hits per unit of time. Also, you can't move while you're using it. You got a double jump, which is obviously going to make a lot of platforming much easier. And instead of a slide, we have this dash, which is great for fast movement, but it won't let us get under any of those low ceilings, which if we see a place where there is one, I will try to demonstrate. The odds are pretty good that I will have forgotten by then, though. Anyway, you all remember Mega Man 1, right? The only game in this series that stands a chance of being harder than this one. Oh, also, I should note that that in this so Base can activate his slide in a couple different ways. Well, I said stands a chance. So, for a start, you can't do down and jump, but you can double tap left and right, or you can press the A button, as opposed to Mega Man, who has to do the down jump in order to do his power slide. Needless to say, I think this is bad. I think that Mega Man should have been able to do a one-button power slide, but that's just me, and I was dealing with weird key binding things earlier in, the first stream, so it is what it is. It's probably not that bad, but I don't know, it's a bit crusty. On the contrary, the other thing that... So the X button doesn't do anything whatsoever. And just in general, in the PlayStation games, in Mega Man X4, I'd rather be playing X4 than this by a wide margin. Probably rather be playing X6 than this, actually. Okay, no, that's not true, but no, I just mean it in like a general purpose of oh, it's not good. I picked that up from another streamer and I haven't stopped now, so no reason to start stopping words. Anyway, the X button doesn't do anything. In Mega Man 8, you could still shoot the Mega Buster while you had a special weapon equipped. I think that's a thing that needs to be that probably should be in this. I believe you can farm for extra lives, but it also kind of depends on your drop luck. Oh, hey, technically the story is a little bit different, but we're not paying great attention to a story in a Mega Man game, certainly not at this point. These aren't exactly in-depth stories. It would basically take until the RPG series, or maybe... He calls Proto Man a scumbag. Wow. You know what? That's a pretty A-plus translation. Yeah, you basically would wait until the RPG series for that sort of thing. And in this case, I am counting the Mega Man Legends series as RPGs, even though they don't really play like traditional RPGs. But as I think we sort of discussed here indirectly, the quote-unquote traditional RPG is a genre that's kind of broken down a lot over the years. You know, there just aren't a whole lot of turn-based games anymore, so it's less weird than any of that sounds like. We're going to save in slot 4 for no good reason. Do you have anything interesting in the shop, Otto? No, Otto just has the same stuff that everybody else has. And by everybody else, I mean Mega Man. For some reason, he calls roll as well. Oh god, I don't even remember that series. The old, I almost said 80s, but 90s Mega Man animated show. I had forgotten that Mega Man X and Vile show up in that. I gotta think that at bare minimum, it's probably at least a little bit more interesting than the voice acting for like any of the Mega Man X stuff otherwise. Okay, see here, yeah, bass can't go under this low ceiling because they gotta give Mega Man some reason to be here. When this could have just been a perfectly fine spin-off game. And also released on the PS1, where it might actually play halfway decently. But I digress. Yeah, because I'm also sitting here like, I can't remember any Mega Man X voice acting not being hot dog shit. At least not in any of the games. Again, asterisk that this is the English stuff that I'm referring to. I would love if I could have all my words assembled at one point, but I kind of can't. This is why I script my videos quite heavily for anyone who is out there in the audience. It's a little harder to do that with a stream, to put it mildly. I mean, I suppose you could have a scripted stream, but that seems like a lot of effort, and at that point, just make a regular video. So what I was trying to say here, if I could actually put it together, is that like, none of the Mega Man X games seem to have any quality English voice acting. I mean, I think that sadly, I think it kind of puts X4 as, like, the best of them. With a large part of X4's issues coming down very heavily to sound balance issues. And I mean, there's definitely some instances where it's like, hey, yeah, they could definitely stand to do better. I know that people really don't like the little girl sounding Mega Mans in like any of those eras. But I mean, technically it's a choice. It's just a really bizarre one for Mega Man X, who is definitely, you know, more of an angsty teenager, but you know, on the other hand, technically that person is doing their job okay. It's just that they needed a different voice acting director. That's the person who needs to get sacked for that shit. That's Mega Man Powered Up, which is basically a remake of Mega Man 1 for the PSP. I own that and I've never played it, but I really need to remember to get, like, a new PSP battery at some point. Technically, I could play it on an emulator, or I could play it on an AC adapter, but still, my PSP battery blew up a while ago, and yeah. So yeah, I mean, the other thing is that, like, X5's voice X5 didn't have any English voice acting. Did X5 have any Japanese voice acting, for that matter? I meant X7. X7's voice acting in English is quite bad. It's quite infamous for it. I don't really have to tell anyone about that. X8's voice acting I seem to not recall very positively, but I have a level of unfondness for X8 in general that is quite large compared to the rest of the fandom, I would say. Like, genuinely, I think that X8 is kind of a bad game. Also, yeah, you can see that Base is significantly better equipped to deal with Coldman's shit. I'm sorry, I haven't really been commentating any of this so far, but it's like, okay, we're playing as Mega Man, but without a charge shot and with a double jump instead. And let me tell you, I know which one I would prefer, even if the charge shot helps you kill things faster. The double jump is the thing that lets you actually play the game, basically, because, hey, it was designed with it in mind. Oh, we're cutting it real close here. It's still not an easy fight with Base, but I mean, we would not have been able to pull that off with Mega Man. Also, yeah, his weapon get animation is significantly more like, wow, how edgy. Yeah, I mean, X8 is... Well, X8 is a video game compared to the others, we'll put it that way. I think that's a good way to define my opinions. I'm not a huge fan of it, but I could play X8. I couldn't really do that with X6 or X7, at least not while also having fun. There we go. Words. I'm not good at them. In case that was news to anybody, which it shouldn't be. X6 is a game that is one of the ones that shows the worst how rushed it is. Now, I said earlier that this game and Mega Man 1 are the clear hardest games of the mainline series. X6 is beyond a shadow of a doubt the hardest Mega Man X game, and X7 only comes close because it has to deal with very badly done 3D mechanics that were also kind of untested, but X6 was rushed all to hell, and it really, really shows. But yes, X6 does have a fantastic soundtrack. The composer, I forget who the composer is, but she composed like her life depended on it. I think the composer is female for that entire part of the Mega Man series, but I could be wrong. X5, masterpiece in comparison, well, X5 is significantly more playable of a game. X5 has some issues. The biggest one being the For me, X5 has some undercooked mechanics, and it has some weird, like, RNG in the story thread, which I know, why would you care about the story thread in a Mega Man platformer? But it's such a weird decision that it's worthy of note. And on the other hand, the other thing that is very, very bad about X5 is that X5 introduced the level system for the Mavericks, and they abuse this quite severely, resulting in a refight sequence where everybody is like max level, and they have needlessly gigantic health bars. So fights take like 10 minutes each for the refights. It's kind of baffling and terrible. But yes, they do reuse some stage themes, most notably Duff McWhalen's theme, which I actually like the Guns N' Roses nicknames. Some people are not big fans. And also, I mean, they've been changed back since, but I kind of appreciate them. I think they have a certain flavor to them that really fits with Mega Man X. And, yeah, basically, the notable thing here is that Duff McWhalen's theme is the one from Bubble Crab in X2. Which, hey, it's a good theme, so I get it. But also, yeah, I would prefer for there to be a full soundtrack of original themes. Although the thing that's kind of baffling about that is that there is actually an unused theme for Duff McWhalen's stage. It's floating around on the internet, and it's legit. It's also a really good piece of music, in my opinion. Might be considered a little bit calm for the kind of, you know, the norm for Mega Man X. But I'm also one of those people who's like, Blizzard Buffalo's theme is one of my favorites, because you don't really get anything that quite hits that level of like the blues in Mega Man X. Or in a lot of video games, period, really, but oh jeez, I was trying real hard to hit the dash button there. I'd screwed up. Speaking of screwing up, I'd screwed up getting that CD. And more importantly, the health thing. Yeah, see, it's a really good stage theme that, you know, I wish there were more like it in the entire X series, but most of them are just like, hey, yeah, we really like Metallica and stuff of that ilk, which, hey, I like Metallica too. I'm a you know, reasonable amount metalhead, so I dig it. I like the choice of music, but also I do like a little bit of variety once in a while. It is what proves you are talented as a composer, in my opinion, as at least it's one of the big things. Because, like, hey, you can write the best song in a genre, and that's pretty cool, but can you, you know, get outside of your comfort zone? I think that that's a thing that is a little bit underrated of a talent. Also, God, we are getting sound effects just knocked out of this soundtrack constantly. Like, I think I knew that this was an issue, but this is the playthrough where I'm, like, really paying attention to it now. And it's a lot of them. Like, a shockingly huge amount, really. How's our lives looking? Okay, we got 2 lives. That said, I am still gonna save state for this shucklefuck because, like, hey, it's Burner Man. He is actually the worst. Obviously, I'm going to take the L on the 3 health fight. I'm not going to be able to beat this guy with 3 health. And yeah, that's another big reason why I'm like, hey, yeah, this is where we basically enable infinite lives. I'm hoping to avoid using it, but just in case, because this guy's a bit of a schmuck. And by a bit, I mean, well, you can see what I mean by a bit. He's on a significantly more, like, aggressive type of attack pattern than usual. And I don't know if it's because of how much I'm double jumping or what. Oh, that was a weird glitch. Also, yeah, just shout out to how much easier of a time we had with him as base. Just... they really designed this game entirely around base, and Mega Man almost doesn't matter in this. He's basically just there because of contractual obligation. Also, by the way, yeah, base's color effects are more subtly applied to his armor, and he has drastically different colors in most cases from Mega Man for most of his weapons. Like, he's got a green wave burner. I think that looks pretty cool, but yeah, it's like his head fins and the highlights of his armor are the things that turn color. Hey, he gets a purple lightning bolt. That's cool. It pretty much is. Like, they really were trying to gas up base a little bit hard with this game, weren't they? They're like, hey, yeah, look at how awesome our new OC Do Not Steal is. He's got helmet ears. He's Metal Shadow. Jeez, he may as well be. Is Metal Shadow even a thing? I wouldn't be surprised. Ah, yes, my old nemesis. The room where I usually have to save and load state like 10 times just to get through it, and it's not even a threat. Classic Mumab, you know. Hey, we're at a large amount of bolts. I don't think we can buy anything new from the shop yet. Alright, let's buy a 1-up. Just because we're kind of swimming in bolts. We need, like, a very small amount of items. Yeah, I mean, Shadow Android doesn't count. I remember playing Shadow the Hedgehog. Actually, I literally just re-downloaded one of those VODs recently to clip a chunk of it for, again, the thing that's releasing on... I said Tuesday, it's going to be Thursday, because I don't want to release it on a stream day, and also because I was abruptly informed that, hey, I got to do something on Tuesday, and... I may still have time at some point on Tuesday to do a release, but I don't know. I may not be feeling up to it after that. So, yeah. But it is done, and since part of it is like, hey, here's a preview of some stuff that I'm going to be looking at on the channel, and one of them has to do with Shadow the Hedgehog and, like, looking at the character development of Shadow the Hedgehog. which is such a weird thing to consider, but hey, we're going for weirdo shit on this channel a lot if possible. Yeah, so that ended up being a thing that I looked at again, and hey, I remember him thinking he was a robot. That was pretty badly done. Now we've only got one more of the robot clams. You may remember those guys showing up in Battle Network 2 of all places also. Like they literally just completely reused the design except they shoot needles instead of bubbles. One of the very small number of classic Mega Man enemies to just show up wholesale in Battle Network. Strangely enough. Yeah, we're taking a hit here. In fact, I think we just lost all the energy that we recovered, but it's fine, it's fine, it's probably less than fine, but listen. Oh, crap. I guess I walked off there instead of jumping off, and I didn't notice. Game, you could at least give me health for that. Come on. Well, there's the health. Alright, we got full health. We can take this guy on, surely. I mean, Pirate Man kind of hurts, but I think we'll be okay. There we go. There's our Mega Man X boss weakness animation. Hooray! We did it! Yeah, we've seen how this works. We technically use it once in a while. Oh, wrong one. All right, here we go. Here is where we do the annoyance saving, state saving. Because, yeah, lining this up is not easy, and I think I made that clear with Mega Man, but I've done significantly worse at this before than what I did with the Mega Man playthrough. Nice. Less nice is that. But I appreciate the thing about the OOT ROM hack. And yeah, here's why we did that, is because now we don't have to go farm that weapon energy again and come back in like 10 minutes. We're not speedrunning, we're allowed to do time-saving things like this. And if I was speedrunning this game, I would have ended myself significantly earlier, but I digress. Here we go. Here's our shop expansion. We got a couple different things here. We got Super Recover, we got Critical Boost, we got Hyper Slider, Step Booster, Treble Boost. This is the main thing that we need. Oh yeah, we should probably pick up the Energy Balancer. Yeah. And I guess we'll pick up Super Recover. By the time anything else shows up that we would need, we'll have money for it, so it's fine. Nice. Especially as regards, hey, it's DKC2 final boss. That's pretty good. Okay, now since Otto told us that we gotta remember to equip our thing, we equip Super Recover. Now, we'll check out G-Boost, or rather T-Boost, briefly. We summon Treble. And check this out. My god, this would have killed in Hot Topics at the time. Actually, I think that by the time the GBA release was a thing, Hot Topic was like an actual thing that existed in culture, basically, so... Would have might not necessarily be the correct term, but you get what I'm saying. Welcome to things that kids in that early 2000s kids would have thought was really cool. Now that like original Shadow is starting to get the I'm cringe but I'm free sort of treatment from a lot of folks. Which I think that's nice, actually. I'm not complaining about that. I feel like we should admit that this is cool, too, or something. A lot of items to get in here that are very easy with base that are not so easy with Mega Man. Oh, nice. It gave Kapora Gabora a stand. That's like actually one of the funniest design ideas I've heard in a while. Alright, so we're gonna try for this, and we're probably gonna fuck it up. Yeah. You can do that as Mega Man with the spike muffler. Or even with Ice Wall if you're really good, which ha ha ha, good luck being good at platforming as Mega Man in this game. But it's just easier to do that with base. And here we are with this again. I'm gonna pause for a second. I want to see if this thing has a weakness. Because I do still have the weakness chart up? No, I don't actually. Well, I can fix that problem. Okay, it's weak to the remote mine. Nice. Glad to see that they really want us to use the hell out of that. Crap. Easy peasy, though. Easy game every time. What the hell was I bitching about in that other stream? Oh, right. Everything. And I'm still correct about all of it, so... Well, neat. It's okay. It's fine. This is... We're doing mostly the same thing that we did before, just we're not playing as Mega Man this time. Now, you gotta think there's something cool back here, right? And it's a CD. Okay, so don't go for the health, it's a trap. But what we can do is we can go this way, and I believe this route just has some extra shit that base can get that is not really much of a thing for Mega Man. Oh, hey, a refill station. Cool. Yeah, I was mistaken about how this works, so... Whatever I said in that stream about what was over here, I'm wrong. But it should be clear that I don't remember this game as well as I thought I did anyway, so... Yeah. We are just swimming in lives now, which is great because... This is a room where you can die with shocking ease. I mean, we did really good at it every time we were playing as Mega Man, but... That may not necessarily last. Hey, we got across. We're fine. We're doing excellent. I wasn't sure where it was gonna go. I feel like I should look up if there's some sort of trick to understanding what his attack patterns are. Otherwise, he really does just seem to do whatever, doesn't he? God, I love that drill press attack. Gotcha. Caught him in midair. Nice. Easy peasy. Yeah, I mean, look at how much easier this is with base. We're up to 4 bosses beaten, and it's been 45 minutes, give or take. I'm not here to say that we can do this in one day. Maybe we can, maybe we can't. Oh, that's only on PS4? That's a shame. Because, yeah, I would assume that there's ports to other machines. And possibly even a PC. Excuse my yawn. Anything cool in the CD thing? I don't know what constitutes cool specifically, but hey. Oh, I see. I figured after 30th, we might start getting more of them on PC and stuff, but to be fair, going back and re-releasing old ones, like a big problem with the Super Robot Wars series is really just sort of a problem with, well, everything surrounding it and, you know, excuse me, media industry in general, that they are a licensing nightmare. And that, I suppose, is probably the biggest reason why we didn't get, like, any of them in the US, aside from the games that are all original generation characters, until the release of Super Robot Wars 30th. Because on top of the part where you have to be like, okay, is there a market for this? Which, mecha is still kind of a thing that's a little bit niche in America. I mean, I'd figure that, like, in the early aughts, you'd have an excuse because Gundam Wing was one of the big things on stuff like Toonami and shit like that, so it was a legitimate phenomenon in the English-speaking world. And so you might have a reasonable excuse to release it outside of Japan. But then you have to go through all the licensing shit. And then, goodness knows that if you want it anywhere else, I mean, you've got to do the same thing again for Europe and all the other stuff like that. Yeah, exactly. You could yeah, you could re-release those very easily. I would love to see the I'd love to see the Z series, the Z series, I guess, as well as a. But I think it's technically written that the characters would be pronounced as Z in Japanese, but I could be wrong about that. So don't take my word for anything. I seem to recall there was an interesting period that, even though the series has always been named Super Robot Wars in Japan, like it's always in Kana or whichever of the things as Super Robot Wars. I mean, not literally Super Robot Wars, but it's, you know, once you do all of the appropriate rounding because of how that stuff works, that it was specifically Super Robot Wars. And then for some reason, I think that one of the OG's games got released in English under the header of Super Robot Tyson, which, you know, of course, would be a word that you might sort of be reasonably willing to accept that could be the original title, but it's one of those things, it's like, hey, they weebified it, basically. Oh, okay, yeah, sorry. I clearly I don't have a great memory, so But I do have enough space in my head for, like, at least parts of weird trivia. I'll take a look at it later, if I remember. But yeah, there's Tengu Man being, like, the easiest boss in this entire game, as long as you have the spread drill, which you will when you fight him. Just because of how the grid is laid out. Like, I suppose technically you could end up in a situation where you have not that if you fight Astro Man first or something. Because I think he's positioned in a place where he unlocks from Astro Man, but also, why would you do that? It's Lightning Bolt, the other one's Copy Vision, Ice Wall, Remote Mine is across there. Spread Drill is near the bottom, I think. Oh no, Spread Drill is over here. Yeah, the Tengu Blade room is a little bit weird because of the frankly terrible angles the deflecting blade takes. But also, like, again, that whole thing is kind of not useful as part of this attack. Hey, let's move on to Magic Man, who is... Yeah, we've seen this guy before. Wait. I've seen all of these guys before. What am I talking about? Ah! Crap, I didn't realize that there was no easy gap there. That time we actually have to ride the train. Ignore the bolt-sapping goofballs, because we can ignore them. Thank you. All right, now here's the Act 1 boss from Carnival Night, except we actually have to let it break the floor this time. I don't really remember a ton of the landmarks this... Ooh, that was some lag that we got there. Game's like, too many trains. Oh, yeah, right. These things, right. I didn't realize that guy was gonna come back. Up we go. Alright, well... Oh, don't do that. I wasted some of my weapon energy. It's fine! This shouldn't need all of it, in theory. Although... it seems I was wrong. Well... yeah, it's not really, you know... the greatest of music, and... at least not in this one. Not in this level. Carnival music is not really a thing that a lot of people associate with, oh yeah, I want to hear this for a long time. Well, we got, yeah, this is definitely much easier. I mean, we got through one of the two hardest robot masters with, like, no trouble whatsoever. Things are probably still gonna work out a little bit rough once we get to King Castle, because those bosses are weird. And we also have to worry about Astro Man taking like 2 damage from any attack. And Dynamo Man just kind of being a dick. That one should actually be easier, I think, because we have the treble boost, which lets us fly. Although once that runs out, we may have a bit of a pain in the butt. We should now have our other items available. Yes. Alright, so there's a lot of stuff that we should get here. Unfortunately, we're not going to be able to afford all of it. We got the force shield, the energy transfer, the generator, which is quite important. Super shots. Your shots will be bigger and more powerful. This is really nice. In fact, this is one that we're probably going to grab. Shoot through, which lets us go shoot through walls. That's a pretty big deal. And there's the CD scanner, which we don't give a shit about, basically, because, yeah. So let's take our super shots. And there's no real downside to equipping that, by the way, except the fact that, oh no, your other item is unequipped, which, I mean, that was going to happen anyway. So yeah, you can see a bit of a graphics upgrade there. And yeah, just yeah. Ah, crud. Oh well, we got the CD. That's the thing that, quote-unquote, matters here. This time we're here with the wave burners, so we can fuck this up a lot, because... yeah, oh, thank goodness we're not doing that, but, good old X7, a game that existed for some reason. Now, we can't quite skip every part of these block puzzles, but we can make them a hell of a lot easier by virtue of just the fact that we double jump. Like this one, we can do things this way. Not like that. And yeah, there is a hidden CD if you go up there. It needs the treble boost active. Okay. So, hopefully this guy should be easy-ish because we have our quick dash and we've got the card and everything. I just have to remember how, like, any of his attack patterns work. That seems like a useful thing to do in order to avoid getting hit by, like, any of his attacks. I'm actually doing too much dashing. And it's causing me some issues. That time I was not even trying to. I guess it counted me double tapping or something. But that's fine. We got away with it despite our poor play. So you know what? All right. And here we go, on to the last stage. Oh, yeah, I can't even say that with a straight face. Everyone's favorite, yeah, sure. But also one we should be able to deal with a lot more. On account of our double jumps and all that stuff. Excuse me. Okay, yeah, that's right. We can get up here now. I don't know how valuable this will be to do, but... Ooh, I see. It's wave burner locked. And it's a CD. Yeah, it's about what I figured, but I wasn't 100% sure. There's also a lot more going on here, as we can see, just by the fact that there's all these things that require the card to get. They at least know that you're not gonna just rush Astro Man. Oh yeah, we got that one before. We can't even get it now, but... I know, I guess I was curious. So this thing wants the Tengu Blade or the move, or the spread drill. And I don't like that. But I guess it was the only option back when we were playing as Mega Man, so... those bullets have to be shot. I didn't even realize that. That's something, all right. Boy, it's a good thing the checkpoint is like right after that. Oh, also I can show this off. Oh, it's less of an effect than I thought it was. That's insanely disappointing, actually. Yikes. Okay. Yikes. Let's try not to get into stun frames while we have to make a jump. That seems like that would be a helpful thing to not have happen to us. Okay, sure, game. Way to eat my double jump, which, I mean, that's always a problem in a lot of platformers. It's like, hey, if you gotta if you do like extreme edge jumps, you can lose your jump or your double jump easily. These are just going like a pixel too far, but still, with how this game has been operating in general, it feels even worse in a case like this. It's a shame sub-tank technology hasn't been backported by this point, because otherwise that would be quite helpful, but that health pickup we got, unfortunately, it is completely useless, actually. And rip the quick mag CD. We weren't gonna get that anyway. Alright, now here we just kind of scoop, basically. Also, have you noticed how many bosses just do like a floor dash attack? Because, I mean, that guy does it. Ground Man has his tank. It's hell is what it is, Fire Drake. How's it going? That's hell you're walking into, etc. Oh, that's the worst heal that we've seen from him yet. And just me playing really badly here. I'm gonna save state after that because, ooh boy, I played that like shit. That's kind of genuinely embarrassing, actually. So now we're going to be mostly Buster dueling him until we want to attack, basically, until he wants to attack, rather. And we want to, you know, defend against some of them, I guess. Although, this is doing pretty good with just the Buster to deal with that attack. Like, we're still taking hits because we just kind of do. That attack just sucks. Pretty much. Yeah, wow! We just absolutely shit on him with just the Buster. Oh my god. No, he takes 2 damage from the Super Buster, and he takes 2 damage from the Copy Vision. So, like, wow, I'm at a loss for words, cause, yeah. That was unexpected. How is he the... How is Dynamo Man the piss easiest Buster duel in the entire game as base? What happened? Boy, you fell off. Ooh, boy. Oh my god. Oh. Woo. Excuse me. Fish lightning or something like that, yeah. Or something like that is right. Did we buy the generator? Well, now we have. And we're going to get the shoot through, which I believe the official English name for that is like the Hyper Buster or something. So the Hyper Buster is nice because it doesn't incur a damage penalty, it just shoots through walls. And that's going to help us out quite a bit because for those of you who may not have noticed, and I don't blame you if you didn't, Base has a little bit of difficulty with that. And by a little bit of difficulty, I mean his shots don't go through walls at all. I mean, I'm sure that like most ROM hacks are probably in a similar boat, really, so fair. Yep, just skip the blocks. Now, this is a guy who will really make us want to use our super shots here. Okay, good. I'm glad we had a safe inlet there, because otherwise that could have been a problem. Super recover. So this room should hopefully be, like, massively easier. Oh, I just need to equip the Buster, that's all. Oh, right, I forgot about these chuckleheads. equip the super recover, grab this. Oh, we're at 0 lives. That's slightly unfortunate. But hey, we've been having a much easier time this time, so... In theory, it's fine. Oh, now here is an excellent place to pull out the Hyper Buster. This thing can't do anything to us now. And it's gonna take us like an hour or something to kill it, but hey, we get there. And it gives us a little bit of cash for our efforts. Neat. Alright, so... I will save state, but I will try to avoid using it, and in fact, I may, like, consider just going, hey, yeah, actually, I'm not going to use this. Unless I die in, like, a really pathetic manner, in which case, well, then bets start becoming off. Like, yeah, we gotta remember our strategy a little bit of use the copy vision when this is going on. But also, we probably should remember to place it low, I think, is probably the important part here. Yeah, actually, I think this is legitimately, like, what the strategy is. In theory. And I think it will have to remain a theory forever. Well, that's not so hard of a stage, especially not with bass. So I'd say, fuck it, let's do it again. Yeah, we'll take the more honest approach or something. Hey, we got a 1-up. Nice. See, being rewarded for our efforts. Something that has never happened to us when we played Mega Man, when we played as Mega Man. Bass, however, he gets all the luck. Oh yeah, the block puzzle we can skip. Right. Yeah, sorry for not much commentary, but I mean, we've seen all of this multiple times before. And at this point, like, I'm starting to realize it's not just that Base makes this game playable, but God, he makes it easy. Like, he's not just good, he breaks this game, so I'm convinced it wasn't designed with Base in mind either. What do you say about this game, really? Like, what is this? A tax write-off? At this point, I'd believe that, actually, so maybe I shouldn't joke. Okay. Another thing here to... Oops. Another thing here for me to forget how to play the game with, but I digress. Just shoot through the floor. Oh. That's enough of me goofing around. Alright, so we've got a ton of lives. This is a perfect time for us to immediately take the L against this boss, really. Just go straight into the Mega Man 7 lava. And yeah, now we'll put up our just in case thing, because this is actually probably going to still be a hard fight. Like, a lot of what makes this challenging is not necessarily made any better or worse by being Base. Especially because a lot of it is, well, the luck involved of getting the monkey to show up, so that way your stuff actually matters, really. On the other hand, it is technically a little bit easier to do the touch and go kind of jumping. It's about the same, actually, but we're gonna pretend otherwise. That was a little scary. But like I said, that's still kind of a hard fight no matter what, so... I don't know what you want me to say. But I know what I want to say no matter what is, fuck this entire next stage. Welcome to shit I can't believe somebody seriously designed. Actually, no, we're keeping out our super shots for a moment. Actually, we got a lot of, like, just blocking terrain around here. It might be better to switch to the Hyper Buster. Oh. Game, you're a jerk. On the other hand, hopefully it's at least too stupid to use its back missiles. Yeah. Fire Drake, please. No, it has 3. Alright, so here we are, King Tank. And once more, that part was not hard, so I'm not save stating for this, because, like, yeah. This is fine. Alright, can you, like, start going into machine gun mode? There we go. Hey, it just literally stood still and took all that. That's pretty good. Ow. Alright, so we got rid of the most dangerous part of this thing, so that's great. Alright, if you feel like staying in this pattern of doing that stuff, no, not the raining bombs. Stop that. I gotta. My remote mine faded out. What the fuck? Would you stop that, buddy? The answer, by the way, is no. You won't stop that, so, that's cool. Unfortunately, I can't... Yeah, first of all, I can't shoot through enemies with this. Even things that are like blocking terrain, I can't do that. But I can at least shoot the bottom of that thing that way. So there's that, I suppose. Oh, that was almost a problem. Oh, this is a problem. No! I was facing the wrong way. Like I said, this isn't really hard, so... You know, no save state. Plus, that gives us a good time for us to recover our energy, basically. Because, yeah, as you can probably tell, we used basically all of our... whatever that was called. Remote mine, yeah. But I gotta remember, I have no reason to bother using it for when it opens its back hatch. Wow, that faded out really fast, actually, it feels like. Alright, so how's our remote mine doing? Not so good. So we gotta use this room to grind, basically, I think. More or less, Fire Drake, I mean. Yeah, you got it, buddy. Oh, oops. Well, that's not going to help with recovering the energy of the other one all that faster. Oh, that Alan. Alan emote. Unfortunately, he's off taking another hiatus because life just eats him alive constantly. Ah, yes, the pain of being a retail worker. What a jerk. This doesn't seem to be working out so well. I'm gonna try going to the next room. Oh yeah, here we go. Also, most of our stuff is like actually near full, so. We'll have the super recover on for long enough to do that, and take this thing out. Wow! Hey, double jump. Do you feel like working today? What do you mean no? Oh. Yeah, we took so much damage here because we were trying to recover all of our... Oh, my bolts! You fuckers. Yeah, at this point, there's like almost no point to even trying against the boss, really. We're at 1 HP. Unfortunately, the game just doesn't feel like giving me health now. It's got a real stick up its ass at this point, apparently. There we go! Fuck off! Stupid asshole. Ugh. I mean, I'm pretty close to just throwing another life out and being like, well, okay, then we'll state at the boss next time. But no. For now, we're trying to be as fair about this as possible. I don't think we've loaded a single... No, we loaded one save state, and it was for the room where you have to use the remote mine in a specific location. That one, the key room, if you will. Almost there, I think. Oh, I didn't take a look at how many of my bars that was. That would have filled me up if I had Super Recover on. There we go. Okay, so now is when we save. because this is where the problems exist. It's something, all right. Okay, I'm not sure if I'm hitting the top of the head bit there. All right. We're done with that, so... the bomb drops. Unfortunately, the little clown minions don't seem to drop items. Which is kind of weird that the other boss does. And these goofuses are not a refill point. Come on. That's not what I'm interested in. Stop that. For fuck's sakes, man. I couldn't see how many of the bombs had landed. Well, this is as good a place as any for these to be getting used, I guess. For me to just load state instead of, again, it's to cut out the tedium. We've seen that we can grind all that stuff back up. Funny how that worked out. And of course, there goes our remote mine, because yes. Alright, there we go. You know what? I'm gonna try to deal with this guy's hat now, if we can. Because that shit is causing us some problems. Ow. That's too low to deal damage. There we go. And his hat is removed. So now we can switch back to the Buster and everything will be free at this point. Just need him to actually do the thing more. There's a lot of sliding back and forth. More or less. Okay, maybe I have to slide further over in order to get this to even have a chance. Open up, come on. Come on. There we go. And I don't know why base has to go underneath it to warp out, but hey. This. Hey, free life. Yay. The air filters just come out so fast in this area. Like, it's a little bizarre. Also a wave burner gate for no good reason. Oh, alright. Sure. Good thing you don't need that in here. Where we're going to switch over to the generator. And we are going to once again save state because King Plane can go eat something hard and sandpapery. Wait. That's not the pit. Sorry. I've failed you all again or something. Now, fuck. Does this not work? This is what I was afraid of. Well, shit, that doesn't work. Okay, so we switch over to the super shitter, and at the very least, it will be easier for us because, hey, base can, like, actually platform in this game, and when I say easier for us, I didn't say it would be free. But hey, I want to deal with as little of this level as possible, so yeah. Well, I didn't say it would be free, did I? Unfortunately, part of that is because I performed that badly. I was doing something that was stupidly high risk anyway. by jumping for a platform that was going to break, but I overshot it, and on top of that, I was too slow anyway. I wouldn't really have had a chance to actually get in anything there. Now, during this, you kind of want to be careful so you don't just keep flashbanging the entire room. But I'm sure we'll be fine. Okay, yeah, I need to actually be careful about that. Yay, we broke the crystal. Last second. Ow. See, easy peasy every time. Again, Base is just the character this game was designed for. Yeah, I mean, that's a good question there, Fire Drake. That's a good question, Mega Man. Wait. I probably should. That's a good point. Because we got lives. I think we respawn at, like, the first, you know, part of this area. But yeah, good idea to save now, because, yeah. That is a pretty rough spike setup that they got for you. And here come the killer air filters. Thankfully, we can just double jump to get through that, and we don't have to do any, like, you know, frame perfect ice wall shenanigans. Alright, here we go. Again, if things get, like, shitty enough during this fight, which they probably won't. Although, admittedly, we're taking a bit of a beating from some of these attacks. Like that. We're absolutely dodging that the wrong way, so. I forget if we have to, like, actually damage this dude in order to get anywhere with that. But we have to dodge his X patterns a couple times anyway. So if I fold against this during this situation, which I will, no, Base can't do that, unfortunately. He's definitely not Mega Man X. Although Proto Man wants us to believe he is, because he just Hadoukened that guy's shield away. Like an absolute champ. I'm going to assume that it's like a quirk of the translation. I haven't played A, a better translation, or B, for that matter, the actual English version in a while, and also he just stomped on us, so, yeah, once we get up there again, there will absolutely be, you know, states will absolutely be saved. Because, yeah, that's still quite hard. That's not just a, oh, hey, Mega Man kind of sucks at this game thing. That's a, legitimately, they designed a hard boss. Which, I mean, fair enough. All of the bosses in the King Castle are actually quite hard. It's just that we've had such a... You know, our lunch has been paid for us for so long at this point. That it's easy to just kind of go, oh, yeah, I mean, that's just, you know... Yeah, and that guy's got that. All right, so save, and let's do this. Yeah, just 3 X patterns and... Yeah, we're fast forwarding through this because, I mean, listen, long cutscene that we've seen before. Generator. Lightning bolts. It is a specific pattern that it moves in, is the thing. It's less tracking than you think. They bend at a specific point, and it goes down, down, up for each pattern of 5. It's a fixed pattern, but I understand why you might look at that and be like, oh, that's tracking you. It kind of looks like it, but I assure you it is a fixed pattern. Because I've seen that attack enough that it has never changed for me. Yeah, so... The plot here is that King got, like, partially hijacked by Dr. Wily. And he's basically trying to break out of it. Out of, like, being Dr. Wily's brainwashed servant, but unfortunately he can't quite get out of it entirely because Dr. Wily has, you know, whatever weird psychological kill switch on him that looks like this weird bell that paints him purple. Pretty much, yeah. First he's being used, then he's being possessed. Alright, so how many lives do we got? 2? Alright, cool. So we can fold against this. And I'm going to assume that he does not put up the little shield. Oh, did it say Abi? I didn't even notice the misspelling. But yeah, this supposed translated version, this weird pre-patch is kind of terrible. Oh god, how am I supposed to get up there to hit him properly? That's gonna be a little bit tough. The final boss is pretty tough, yeah. It's probably still going to be very hard for base, even with the fact that, again, things are designed a little better for base, but... God, we have to dash jump at him, huh? Fuck, this is rough. This is gonna take a minute. We'll just... I got nothing else I can say about that, is that this will take a minute. Because this guy is... yeah, not easy. As you can probably tell by the fact that I keep saying it. Oh my god, why can't this not work properly all the time? What? No, that came through. It came through when you said, why does he have a thing? So... the idea here is that this is like a combination of all the king robots. The ones that we fought earlier in the place anyway. So he's got he's basically attached to the king tank base. Is my on-stream chat for... oh, for the love of fuck. That's... one sec. Can I, like... hide, unhide? That doesn't... yeah, so... that's just broken. Alright. Glad to see that Twitch is as functional as always, you know? Sorry, I'm pulling up my damage chart here. So that way I can see if I have any, like, alternate solutions to this. And it looks like the answer there is not so much. Yeah, Lears, that's what we were literally just discussing. As you're paying attention as well as always, I see. Okay, so... yeah, it's... you already know about they, and... ow, God, hitting that is... well, the thing is that saying that I'm taking an ad break is incorrect because I'm not actually taking an ad break. That's just Twitch force-feeding you an ad. Because, yeah, also on top of that, now we have all of these ad block circumventing scripts that are out there. Because, hey, yeah, you know, when the FBI says you should fucking do it, because the ad problem is so bad. Oh geez, mine doesn't even do like anything for Twitch ads except when it decides it will, which is extremely rarely. Fuck! And that thing does so much damage and I don't know a good way to deal with it. Other than just take the damage, which is not tenable in the long term. God, I hate this guy so much. Truth be told, they really should have just left the platform. They gave Mega Man the little step up platform because otherwise this fight is literally impossible for him. And it just... oh, is it working again? Now I have to go look. Okay, so it seems like it rubber banded everything back in. That's, that's weird. All right. Okay, so that works on that. My real hope here is that I have to damage race this guy. We have... No, we don't have the shock absorber. Fuck. So this damage race might be... Oh, god damn it. The fucking wasp bullet. Ugh. And of course, remote mines don't do any damage to him. Okay, well, at least that works. My question is, does it count for... Would it count as viewing ads? But, you know, that's like... I probably should not say that, because that's like just me straight up saying, hey, yeah, I kind of... If I can do something with this that's a little bit dubious... Well, yeah, I'm saying for like, you know, could I literally just have you in here just farming me, like, clicking at... Well, then again, I guess anybody else who comes in here is like, oh, they're taking like a million ad breaks in a row, and then I get reported for just running ads. And not even for anybody being like, oh, they're doing something dubious. Anyway. God, this fight sucks, in case I haven't mentioned that. Which I have, so what's even the point? Urgh! God damn, that's terrible. I'm taking a reset on that right now, just because, like, you know, I'm throwing out question marks here, like I got one of the power-ups in Super Bonk. Ah, I see. Right, you know, all the weird fake shit that they made up so that way they just could pay their streamers less. I mean, wait, what? That's not 100% what it is, but listen, if you think I'm gonna be nice to something owned by Amazon, well... At this point, I'm willing to try this out and see if we can get anywhere with this, because we saw that it was patently useless against the one guy. Well, it does no damage. Cool, good. I'm glad. I'm grateful. This game can suck an egg. I'm gonna be so fucking glad to be done with this. I'm kind of amazed just how little I remember of how god-awful this game is. I mean, I guess so. The only thing that damages the actual health bar is the Wave Burner, your Buster, and the Lightning Bolt. And the Tengu Blade, I guess, but, you know, good luck. At that point, use the melee weapon that actually deals damage! And here comes the mosquito bullet. I don't know what to call it, but I'm calling it the mosquito bullet for some reason because it sounds funny to me. Oh, if I could hash out the angle to like bounce that at, I could possibly use that. It would be like the world's shittiest version of the silver tomahawk. But technically it would be an option to deal damage if I could figure out how to do it. Unfortunately, there's like not a lot of any of that to, yeah. I really think that there's a very serious chance that I have to just take the L here. And the thing is, I think people like this game quite a bit. And I'm here to tell them that they're fucking wrong. But I digress. I may have to take the L on this and come back with the barrier thing in order to just properly damage race him with the wave burner. That's like the closest thing I have to an idea right now. Because otherwise, like, using it is too dangerous, and it's the closest thing I have to a weapon I can actually hit him with. And then he's got the fucking gnat bullet that I don't know how to dodge, so, like... Yeah, I'm really bad at actually seeing it. I don't have a charge shot as base, Lears. We're not playing the Mega Man run here, which otherwise, I mean, that would probably make more sense, but... I mean, if we were playing with Mega Man, it would be a very lot of hard jumps to keep getting on the little elevator. Oh, I can fire damaging shots, they're very hard to hit with because of the terrible angle. So I can damage him with the Buster, but good luck. Ah! And see, I'm just controlling everything like crap here, but also, like I said, I may have to take the L on this entire level. Climb to the top when he drives at you and treats me. Ball. I see what you're doing. It's, well, climb to the top. Climb how, Lears? I can't fucking climb. I'm not X. That's a double jump. If I could climb walls, that would make this whole thing, like, stupid easy. Yeah, no. It's a double jump. This is not Mega Man X, unfortunately. It's a lot of very bad design choices, we'll just say that. Anyway, yeah, we scooped on that one, and okay, we're gonna redo this whole stage, which means we fight the King Tank, we fight the King Plane, we fight King himself again, and we go through all of that. Again, there's a reason why I've been very much like, hey, I don't really care. I'm going to use a lot of save states for this because it's too frustrating to keep redoing stuff. Is because, hey, this is really badly done. And while it was quite obvious earlier in the game when we were playing as Mega Man, now it's finally coming through with bass. King Kong may as well be what he's called in that. Really, bass? You're not going to jump off the damn ladder? Burger King. No Sword of Kings. Wait. Rodney King, Jesus, though. King K. Rool. I just want to say, by the way, speaking of K. Rool, that I'm so glad that K. Rool is in Smash. Now, I actually like the idea of being able to just be like, yeah, I main King K. Rool in Smash Brothers. There's something about that that amuses me on a deep level. There's more to this area. I should just go and just go. I mean, you say that thing is formed of 3 bosses, so the joke works better than you probably are thinking, but I just killed the damn rhino. Please don't have reset its health. They probably reset its health. I need the drops to, like, actually exist here. Oh, fuck it. We're gonna get them in the next room. Yeah, no, it decided that drops don't exist for me, which, I mean, okay, thanks a lot, asshole. Which means that on top of everything else, I feel like now I've hit the most rotten RNG seed you've ever seen. And as you can see, enemies do drop drops after you've killed them the first time. After you've picked up their drops the first time even, too. It's just that the game is really just wasting my time. And consequently kind of wasting all of your time. But ugh! And these little ass wipes are just like, hey, yeah, sometimes we just feel like we're gonna drop off. We'll steal your bolts and then we'll commit suicide so you can't get drops. There we go. Now we're back up to full. Alright. Equip the generator. Equip the remote mine. Go forward and save state. As it's time to fight this thing again. Yeah, that didn't flash, so I don't think that counted, unfortunately. That will hit the weird red gun that low, but can you just, like, not suck today, base? The answer there is no, obviously, but Yeah, okay, so remember to stand still when it starts doing that, otherwise he'll try to get you. See, that part's not broken because it's still visible. So I know we're not done here yet. At least not with that. Ah, shit. Alright, come on. Not the time, dude. I get it, you like to mock me with that because you were being such a pain in the ass with it earlier, but come on. There we go. That's what we want you to do. I love how that thing just stopped on its, like, exhaust port there. On its tailpipe. On its muffler hatch. Wait. I deserve that, but I'm not happy about admitting it. Okay, so now we just go into remembering to equip the Buster. Hey, we're in the clear here. This part is just free. Because we bought that part that lets us shoot through walls for a good reason. Because doing away with base's major weakness is, like, really helpful. Unfortunately, I was gonna say, let me just try to not fumble the bag on this screen. Let me wait until the part where we're, like, at least in front of the stupid-ass platforming boss to fuck up like that. Ah, the fucking air filters. I don't know if that's what they are, but they really look the part, okay? Alright, so once again, I'm going to equip this first, actually, and then we're going to save state, because, hey, guess what? It's time for another boss. Oh yeah, these platforms are way more spaced out for base. I mean, you can still kind of clear them with a single jump, but they were set up for that to be completely free with Mega Man. Meanwhile, base is like, well, you've got a little bit more challenge of a jump, but you do have a double jump to make up for it. And yeah, we we can destroy the fist. It's just usually not worth it. Anyway, you might say this boss is pretty straightforward, huh? We might not even get hit by this thing. If we're lucky. Which, I genuinely feel like I've gotten better at this thing, but to be fair, most of the challenge is really in keeping up with the platforming. What about this game is worth it? I'm struggling to figure that out now because, hey. Fuck! Well, this is what I get for saying, oh yeah, I'm getting better at this. Yeah, as you might guess, if we didn't load state there, we would have to go back through this entire thing, which... See, I at least feel like the levels, some of them before King's Castle. Boy. I feel like some of the levels before King's Castle, when you're playing as base, are almost okay. But of course, once you're in King's Castle, the game just, everything goes out the window in terms of quality. I mean, you've seen enough speedrunning events. You see people having, like, couch commentators. There's a good reason for that. Performing while talking is not necessarily the simplest thing in the world. Good time to stop shooting, actually. Oh, game, you are kidding me! That was really rude that it hit that platform on basically its backswing and broke it. Nice. I love you too, game. And can you believe they didn't release this in America until the Game Boy Advance ports? And to think people were mad about that, like... I definitely remember back in the day that people were discussing this as being like, oh, hey, yeah, you know, this... They were kind of like, well, why didn't they? Well, because it came out in 1998 for the Super Nintendo, and also it was trash. Oh god, that's... I can't believe I managed to get away with that. That... I probably should not have gotten away with, to be honest with you. See, I mostly have the rhythm for the platforms down. I probably shouldn't say that. About to fuck it up. So, I shouldn't be as worried about the flashbangs, but God knows I don't have confidence in my ability to keep it that way. And once again, one of the fists colliding with a platform that it had already passed and still breaking it. That's such a dirty pool game. Could you die already? Come on, dude. I see how much you're making. There we go. I was gonna say, I see how much damage flashes this guy's making. He's gotta be taking something. Otherwise, the game is fucking with me again, which really, you shouldn't even put that past this game, especially not with the kind of BS that we've had with some of those fists. All right. Yeah, I mean, sometimes it really is as simple as that. Anyway, save here because, hey, there's a spike pit in front of this, and that's a little bit cheesy. I could swear that you had to do something like that in another Mega Man game. Is that in Mega Man 8? I don't think it was in Mega Man 8. Oh. That was fun, though. All right. So here we are out front of King again. And save, and here we go. Yeah, and this is why we put on the shield. Skeleton King. Unfortunately, not Skeleton King. Must be Mega Man X. Yeah, I know, right? Oh, Jesus. Yeah, I fast-forwarded way too much there. I'd apologize, but, you know. What? Why was I on that weapon? That's the wrong weapon entirely. And you know what? Fuck it. We will do this, even though we could use this against the big boss, but, See, now I'm just picturing Proto Man in a sombrero. Alright, yeah, so we got lives. We can go and get ourselves killed real quick for a health recovery. Told you. Alright, so now that we have the shield thing, the shock, the force shield, there we go. This should hopefully make it possible for us to damage race him with the wave burner. We just kind of need some good movement patterns, which I'm sure that I'm not going to get, but like, we are making a nominal attempt here. Like that. I need him to not like try to get right in my face when he... Now I'm just not fucking reaching him. What is... Okay, well, we hit him once, I guess. Glass bones and paper skin. Yeah, exactly. It's more like, because the wave burner is really quite jank, it has this like big sort of conic hitbox. Instead of being like most video game flamethrowers where no matter what it looks like, it's just, you know, straightforward. It kind of has to like start curling upward to actually hit him. And that's a big part of why we need to be able to take hits in order to deal damage, is because otherwise the game is bad. I mean, the game is bad anyway, but... And here comes the annoying bug bullet that just moves too fast for me. Got it. I do have the thing equipped, right? Like, that is the other point here. Yeah, and it says that it reduces the damage I take, but also I'm not confident of that anymore, because... Yeah, so this may just end up being like a very severe skill check. And attempting to start firing early, like, really disrupts my ability to do these inputs. Also, again, good idea to introduce your disgustingly hard-ass boss with a cutscene every time. That's a lot of fun. I'm very grateful for that. Try our super shots here. So here's what happens with that, is that I think that we'll do something, but also we don't get our regular buster. And in fact, we don't seem to be doing actual damage to him. It does? Yeah, I guess it did kind of disappear. I don't know if it just like got consumed by it. That's All right. So that's useful. Oh my god! This is annoying me quite greatly. Why is this like this? So I should note another thing real quick about King's hitbox is that it's pretty precise for where you can hit him on that glass dome, because that tiny little lip of blue metal will block attacks very easily. Jesus. All right, at this point I'm like almost willing to start doing this, but I don't know how I'd be able to get ahead with that. Okay, so I guess we can do that when he charges. Oh yeah, it does, like, just immediately kill it. Okay. I would have thought for sure that it was just, like, embedded inside of it. That's interesting. Unfortunately, this guy's attack pattern is now just being, like, really awful. Not giving us any leeway for any sort of, like, anything fun. Because now he's doing this, which is just a complete dud move on our part. On his part, rather. And I still got hit by that. Wow, that's pretty good. You got the dud, yep. Sure did. So, alright. So the other weapons, in order here. Copy vision. This creates a clone of us that constantly fires. Oh, that's actually really good for that. Okay, that's good to know. It can pull enemy attacks, so that's probably, if I was being smart, what I would use for the Nat Bullet more often. But also the Ice Wall seems to do pretty good here. The Spread Drill, it fires a drill that can be spread by pressing the fire button again. We've seen the Wave Burner, it's a weird cone-shaped flamethrower. The Remote Mine, the Lightning Bolts. The Tengu Blade, no, Spread Drill cannot hit him. So, Tengu Blade is a melee weapon that also has an additional wave that it fires off. That can do damage, but it is very hard to land with in this fight. And lastly, the magic card is a boomerang thing. It can pick up items for us. It is not really useful here. It can't even do damage to this guy, and landing a hit when you only have 4 directions, yeah, that's rough. Yes. And unfortunately, the Wave Burner is our damage carry weapon here, because it's the thing that actually can hit, we can actually do damage with, kind of, because it does a lot. Unfortunately, it's also a complete bastard to hit with, as you can tell. It's actually this is significantly harder And I'm shocked that I can say this. This is significantly harder than this fight is as Mega Man. And that is a little bit messed up. Oh, hey, we just broke the shot that time. Nice. Also, speaking of aiming, aiming the base buster, because we have to use the D-pad in order to point it, we can't just have our aim locked to up left and then jump without having forward momentum. So, like, yeah, we can hit with it, but it's still quite hard, and it generally doesn't do a whole lot of damage. Yeah, this is incredibly bad. This fight's pretty bad as Mega Man too, but when you're Mega Man, you have a little elevator block over the gate that just sort of scrolls like up and down like this, so you can jump on it and you can jump off of it. And worse than, yeah, I think that was probably gate. Yeah, that it's pretty definitely worse than that. This is, oh man, he actually gave us a good position there. I should have just continued to sit on it. Oh, the knockback. Oh, that's an issue. We figured it out, I suppose, but also it still isn't great. Jeez, the amount of pausing that's gonna have to be in this is pretty intensive. I'll say that. I'll be honest, I don't think Airman is that hard, by the way, Retro. Because, to be honest with you, I didn't think to do that, and also I didn't want to turn it into too much of like, hey, yeah, I'm locked on the exact RNG seed, but it's getting to that point anyway, so I suppose screw it. Well, yeah, but I feel like that's actual cheating. Whereas for me, save states, it's like, okay, yeah, it's because lives are a bad concept, and you know. At this point, why don't I just whip out a fucking Game Shark and be like, hey, yeah, where's my instant kill button, and I'll just L-bolt him, and we'll be done with it. Which admittedly is tempting, but also, like, I don't know. I don't know. Oh, I'm too far back for that anyway. Oh, he's still hitting me in the junk. Lears, let me remind you again, do not call me he. I have informed you of this in person specifically, but, you know, again, Retro fucked up and he said, yeah, I fucked up. But I'm not about that anymore. But let me also point out another thing. We don't have any semblance of energy tanks or anything in this game. Yeah, like I said, it's pretty much for Lears too, I think. But, you know, I do want to hammer it home. Update your word muscle memory. So yeah, there's no energy tanks or anything like that for us to put into to cheat in, because they don't exist in this game, because for some reason they just decided to not put those in. Legitimately, I don't understand like 99% of the design choices of this game, and the more that I play it, the larger that percentage becomes. Good fucking looks there, base. More like bass hole. Yeah, see, we're kind of like, I'm not throwing this run out because our damage output is occasionally we're landing shots. And compared to before, that's usually about where we end up, you know. I mean, it wouldn't be the first time I've made a bass hole joke about bass, even just on, you know, anything on this channel, never mind in real life, but oh my god, you are being a real jerk now. Alright. We need to force shield, ice wall. Yeah, we put on the force shield for a good reason there, because there was a chance of that killing us if we were bad enough at it. Incidentally, I think the Bass Hole is the name of that fishing place in Ocarina of Time. Wait. Or it could be Brando's Marlins, I don't know. My jokes are bad, and that's about the norm of things, really. Than a pale chub. Jeez. It's okay, Lears. We're Americans. I'm pretty sure most of us in this chat are pale chub. Wait. That's a different joke. Sorry. Oh, that was bad. But we managed to make up for it because we have the remote mines, so we can, you know, actually not suck at that. I think he might be technically off screen from a hitbox perspective in a case like Oh, for fuck's sakes, game. You gotta stop it with thinking that I'm trying to dash because I input as slightly fun. Yeah, see, sometimes it's doubling my left and right inputs, which is what's causing me to dash when I don't need to. Which, I mean, in this fight is basically always, but... You know those inputs that are like double inputs? I was too slow at it because I was trying to actually land a hit. My thumb slips on the D-pad a little bit. Oh, you are a jerk, game. That's all there is to it. You're a jerk. So what's wild is that I've saved here, he's not on the same RNG seed every time. So, I don't know, maybe it's not saving that. Also, I keep getting hit by one of the bombs every time I turn around. I think I'm like going too fast for that now as a matter of like confidence, basically. I'm like, oh yeah, I'll be able to get it, and then I don't. But I mean, truth be told, it's a garbage timing anyway. This whole boss is like just not good. And half of it is design, and the other half is just coding. I need to use a real weapon against that, really, because that would actually have a hitbox. Oops. Yeah, thanks a lot there, weird clicking pad on the DualShock 4. My brain was about to call it the DS4 controller, not the PS4 controller, because I'm like, oh yeah, I have it on DS4 Windows. So, yeah. Real dumbass move there on my part, but no, I don't. I'm just using the stuff that I have here, because yeah. If I wanted to go into like full-on authentic hardware for emulators, which I mean I would be interested in. I would look for a straight up an adapter for the actual controller for a Super Nintendo. I'm sure that the 8-bit do is like okay, but also I mean it is not really the same. Wow, okay. This also, like, again, at this point, this is a case of using what I have because controllers tend to be a little bit expensive. I don't know about the 8-bit do stuff in particular, but goodness knows, I was looking at, like, you know, current console controllers, and it's absolutely mad the amount of money that they want for this shit. Well, I mean, I guess to be fair, and I don't want to be fair on matters of, like, you know, garbage price to keep poor people out of hobbies and stuff. But on the other hand, like, in-person co-op is basically just the domain of fighting games nowadays. You know, I don't want to say couch co-op is totally dead, but jeez. Everything is online multiplayer. And I get all misty-eyed about the era of couch co-op despite not having any IRL friends during that period. But also, like, you know what I'm saying, I think. But I kind of understand why, because, hey, yeah, online multiplayer is probably a good thing. Well, I might look into that at some point then. You know, after the next Twitch payment or something. But also, again, like I said, I'm very much the sort of person I would want to have as close to the authentic experience as possible, so I would probably want to look first into seeing if somebody has an adapter of some sort. I actually still have an adapter for a PS2 controller to USB, which I used for a while back in the day when I was just like, okay, yeah, getting an actual controller for my PC is gonna be too expensive, and I like the feel of the DualShock, which I still do. I mean, you know, that hasn't changed. But I haven't used that in a while because I've been using the PS4 controller, which works very easily with just DS4 Windows. Don't necessarily need to find any more programs than that to make my computer recognize it completely as a controller. But yeah, admittedly, I'm over here playing on SNES 9X, so I'm already, like, you know, hitting a certain level of intentionally not taking the most authentic route possible. Which isn't even just like, oh, hey, yeah, you should get an actual cartridge because, you know, cards for this game are pretty expensive last I checked. Which should not be completely surprising. It was, you know, one of those games that people adhere to because of nostalgic purposes, and there probably weren't a whole ton of copies of it produced in the first place. But also, it's more to say that, you know, I could be running this off of BSNES, but I sort of hit a point where it's like, okay, I've found BSNES and how it interacts with I almost said Twitch, with OBS and just in general with switching which process is active, to be enough of a bear that I've decided to just stick with SNES 9X, because it has at no point suddenly been like, oh, well, you're not controlling this anymore after I've, you know, switched focus on the process to something else and then switched back to it. Well, to be fair, everyone's Beast Nest version is old now because it's not getting updates anymore, as far as I'm aware. I don't think it's been handed off to a new dev team. Yeah, I think I've seen enough of this boss fight too, but unfortunately I'm still here. But yeah, see you next time. I suppose, like, I guess you could probably tune up performance or, again, fix the program functionality, because I said that I had some issues with it if you ever take the process off, which made recording certain videos back in the day a bastard. I recorded a video a very long time ago of the Gundam Wing fighting game for the Super Nintendo. And I had to, like, basically start recording my stock footage in whatever that program is. FML, in OBS. Basically before I booted the program even, but I had everything set up beforehand, so at least there was that, but yeah, because that's the one downside to Beast Nest, is that some of that is a little bit on the jerk side. Anyway, we're good to go here, I think. We're gonna see if we can't beat this tonight. No, this isn't the easy way. No kidding. Ultimately, it just ended up being a thing where, like, I did what I said I did, and I did a little bit of chopping of footage afterwards because, hey, it was a video review, I could do that. It's a bit more of a pain in the ass when you're streaming, but yeah. Anyway, no save state here just yet. It's boss rush time. We will be save stating very heavily throughout this because, yeah, the amount that you can go F yourself if you want me to like redo these fights, you know, you're kidding yourself. It's bad enough they're not giving us like a regular ass Mega Man boss rush, you know, with a portal room and everything. In 1998. And the bosses don't drop health either, which is like even worse. Again, 1998. So here we are, probably the first time I think I've ever said, boy, I wish I had a shield weapon right now. Alright, super recover. Grab that, grab that. I think Burner Man is next. But regardless of who's next, we equip the generator, we save state, And in we go. Oh no, it's Astro Man. Okay, so that's fine. We can switch weapons during the cutscenes at least with the shoulder buttons, so that's cool. Also, he is immune to his weakness during that attack because, you know, fuck you, that's why. All right. Once again, save state, and yeah. I should be doing that with Ice Wall, but I'm not going to, as you can tell. All right, so this will be Dynamo Man, I believe. Not just because of this room containing enemies from his level, but because I think I remember the boss order, that's all. Alright, pause. Again, we've seen that this guy's Buster Duel is apparently just an absolute joke, so... I mean, to be fair, he, like, never does anything that makes him not be vulnerable to your attacks. So we pay a bunch of HP, basically, to deal with him this way. And by a bunch of HP, I mean, damn, we're down to 1. Ooh. That's a little rough. Well, I'm sure we'll be fine. Things could be pretty... Yeah, see, we don't have a proper refill here before Pirate Man, which is unfortunate, but we'll take what we can get, I guess, and we'll just have to play it very carefully, I suppose. See, I told you, very carefully. And by that I mean, really, we can just tank lives, tank that life anyway. Tank the 1 life, because, truth be told, do we need all of those? The answer is probably yes, but... Alright, equip the force shield. And let's go. That's impressively bad, even by Twitch standards. I don't even pay them and I want my money back. Granted, they should probably be paying me more, but, you know, etc., etc. I love that sound when he falls out of it. It's like landing on the bankrupt part of the wheel on Wheel of Fortune. It's watch Pirate Man lose all of his money over and over and over. Oh boy. Let's super recover. I pressed the wrong button there by a wide margin, but very funny that it didn't damage me until I moved. Hey, would you like to equip that, idiot? Anyway, yeah, Fire Drake, I can understand being confused. That's a pretty weird reason to be, that's a pretty good reason to be confused, rather. That's a pretty weird thing to happen, is what I meant to say. But, apparently I decided to say both sentences at the same time and consequently wound up technically saying neither of them. You know what? We're at, like, 2/3 HP. I don't really want to grind. Let's just go for it and see what terrible oh yeah, here he is, the terrible boss of all time. Well, that was a very strange way that fight went, that's for sure. Hello? Game, do you want to read, like, any of my shoulder button inputs? And maybe actually let me do this? Because that was starting to bother me a little bit. I told you, worst boss of the uber worst boss of Mega Man. Okay, sure. That's different from how I've usually seen him act. I don't know why I haven't saved after selecting the super shots, but here we are. Is this really what you want to do with your life here, you snot-nosed little fuck? Seriously? What was that? Aside from the, like, most irritating pattern I've seen out of this guy. There probably is some, like, specific trick to manipulating what attacks this boss will do, but I don't know what it is. Oh. I don't know what I expected, but it was not that. Okay, see, he actually is getting pushed when he's doing the flamethrower, but it seemed like he wasn't before. For whatever reason. Like, if he did that before, it was just like, well, actually, I don't feel like it today. God, I hate you so much, Burner Man. Just one of the worst bosses of all time. Also, are they immediately shunting me into another? Without any recovery? No, it's one of these things. Okay, that was funny. I'm out of lives at this point, I think, so... yeah. Oh, now you've decided you're gonna start hopping around. Alright. Last time, it didn't move at all when it was in the hole. Also, I forgot this room has HP. What is this thing's movement pattern? Sometimes it just doesn't want to do anything. Alright, so this has got to be Magic Man, right? Which means I shouldn't dash into the room, but whatever. Again, it's Magic Man. I feel like with the position that I'm in terms of energy, I'll probably be fine. Oh, now he's using like the most dangerous attack though. It's a jerk. Yeah, do you remember your like shot orbs whatsoever there, Magic Man? Those things that you used to have? I do. Anyway. Ground Man, Ground Man, Ground Man, Ground Man. I would like to avoid using the remote mine if I can. But also, here he is, he of the completely fucking random attack patterns. Oh, I was too late. That's what I get for insulting him, or something. Yeah, he's not that hard, thankfully. Alright, so that'll leave Tengu Man left to be battled. I was gonna say, I'm starting to wonder if it's gonna give me any health. Well, if we lose here, it's fine. It's Ground Man. I can put up with losing to Ground Man. Or I can put up with refighting Ground Man, rather. Whatever. And I think after this there is a restock location. I hope. I no longer remember, actually. Oh. Wow, we did die to Tengu Man. That's amazing. Well. I have to remember to go over him in a case like that. But also, boy, I wish I knew how many times he was ever going to do that, but he doesn't feel like ever doing anything. Oh, for fuck's sakes. This is the problem with Ground Man, is that his attack patterns are just no pattern. I mean, there is some predictability to his movement. If he's doing certain attacks anyway. Like when he's doing the underground tunneling and he's going to come up forward, it's always a certain distance forward. But there's also a possibility that he'll go backwards over to the other side of where he started and fire a spread drill. And when he's doing the drill press, he's always going to do it when he's above you. And it's three cycles every time. But it's hard to say when he'll do that and what he'll do afterwards. And when he does that jump, he may be about to go into the ground, or he may be about to turn into a drill car. Oh, that was funny. Oh, and it made the game hiccup a little bit too, which to me is even funnier. That even the game's like, oh, I can't stand your bullshit, idiot. Wow, I love taking knockback from enemies off screen that are gone by the time I get there. That's even funnier to me, actually. All right, so now we can not screw this up, in theory. Ouch. Taking damage from my own stupidity, as usual. Wow, okay, I feel like I've only ever seen him do a 2-charge. I am screwing up, like, all of this guy's attack patterns now. And I'm taking damage from him taking damage. Fuck! I want them all again. I can just walk into the pit, so this is valid. When did I get so bad at that fight? Jeez. No. I've just lost it. I admit I'm sort of losing my nerve a little bit here just because, I mean, it's been this long of a thing, and yeah. See, now we're doing better. So what the hell was I doing that one time? Aside from badly. Alright, well, I was wrong about there being a refill spot after that. Which, again, kind of bad. But, yeah, here we go. Oh, you want to see Rage Bass? I mean, wait. Alright, so the Wily Machine is weak to the Remote Mine. And we have a good amount of it. There's Duff McWhalen. Oh, I wish he was here. So that back and forth attack is like, can we even get over that? It doesn't seem like we can. That seems straight up undodgeable. That's like, okay, the laser blast is imminently dodgeable now that we're base. Compared to when we were the old Man of Megs. You asswipe. Oh my god. Alright. Select Remote Mine. Just want to, like, do some RNG hard cycling there. Alright, and this will give me enough of a lead in to, like, not fuck up completely. Okay, yeah, it appears that it is technically dodgeable. Although, yeah, Ice Wall would help. Again, you'd have to be, like, fingers on the button, though. It's just, it's obscenely hard. And it seems like he's gonna do it all the fucking time. Because, of course he is, right? I have the wrong Buster parts on, don't I? For this. Yeah, we want to equip the super shots for the very rare instances where we might actually hit him. To make sure that we get those 2 damage in. Ah, crap. Now, again, we're getting into a point here where a big problem with these bosses is just the fact that there's not a lot of time for you to be able to, like, prepare to evade some of these attacks. And you simply cannot tell the attack patterns, which, you know, Groundman was sort of our intro to that. You know, we saw that his attack pattern is basically completely made up. You know, I think I can do this with the force shield on. So, yes, but also, like, otherwise, just the timing on that is pretty bad. It's this part where things become a problem, is when he's in his pod form. He appears, he has no tells for what his attacks are going to be. The only tell that you have is where the spiral balls are going to go based on his facing and position. But for that, you have to actually memorize what those all are, and that is kind of a lot. Also, after the charge, after his vibro charge, he does a random amount of these tracking shots that are as hard to dodge as you'd think. That it's probably best done with some back and forth motion, which means that I'd be terrible at dealing with it because I suck at the back and forth motion no matter what. And if he uses the tracking bombs while he's low, that just kind of sucks because they won't easily go into the floor. Now, as I believe I've mentioned, at least inside of this session, his weakness is technically the card, but that sucks to hit with, as you know, is Wily Machine tradition. It doesn't provide the defensive capability that either Copy Vision or Lightning Bolt does, and you can see Lightning Bolt does damage him, just not a lot. Ah, Bullpucky. And also, the other part of things is the fact that when you have the super shot effect on your base buster, that causes him to still take it doubles the damage no matter what. So even against him, he's taken 2 hits from it. And unfortunately, this is just very, very hard. I'm not sure how this stacks up versus the one from Mega Man 7, for example, but It's not great. Fuck. On the other hand, it is much easier to hit him as base than it is as Mega Man, because you can actually kind of hit him on the top level of things. Turning the generator on in case I have to spam Lightning Bolt again. Just reduce the amount of pausing I do. And yeah, these things are just obnoxious, the homing bombs. I mean, all of it is. All of it's terrible, but those are a special type of jank, really. Fuck. Right off, game. And then he appeared on top of me, which is, of course, always the thing that exists with the Wily UFOs because, you know, bad design and stuff. How'd I end up with... Oh, he does do the buzzsaw. Okay. I thought for sure that he was only going to be doing the dashes and stuff with this form. But, is it dependent on what weapon you have out, I wonder? No, it can't be. Because now he's doing, like, all of his attacks. He's still doing this one the most, but, you know, he is proving to us that he has a full moveset. He's a fully playable character. Or something. Can you stop being a dick, Dr. Wily? Wait, no, you probably can't. Never mind. Alright, so here we go. Use this thing and hope that we don't end up accidentally getting popped from pressing it slightly too early. If I'd had critical boost, I think I would be able to do double damage with lightning strike. So I'd be able to really push the last shot. Oh well. I'd say a thing to think about for a future run, but I would very much prefer never to play this game again. But, you know, by now I think you all know that. I'm sorely tempted to save state on this last set of hits and just push for the perfect win. But no, we're not gonna do that. Like I said, that feels like real cheating. How did I end up on that again? Both fucking times. That's... Okay, so a lot of this stuff really wants dash double jumps to dodge. That's a thing that I'm noticing, and that means that I have to start that way earlier for the dash. Ugh. God, the one knuckle on my thumb is getting, like, really stiff. Just that one bit, though. Oh my god, that... I'm surprised I was able to dodge. I would have been shocked if I dodged that too. For fuck's sakes, I was trying to click start, not the shit pad on the shit controller. I legitimately don't know why that thing's there, by the way. I just want to put that forward again as a thing in case anybody was confused. No, I have no idea why they decided that you needed a mouse touchpad on your... This boss fucking sucks, dude. It's just... That's all. Just this boss fucking sucks, dude. All right. Okay, we're back at it. Can this guy fucking stop with the garbage attacks? Yeah, go back to doing just that one. Never mind, Well, okay, I guess the thing would be that I would at least anticipate if he was always doing it, but because he very rarely does, I'm so not used to it anymore. Alright, well, here we go. Fuck you, game. I even equipped the wrong one, too, so that's real smart of me. That was much too early, and if it had been the tracker balls, I would have died from that. But because it was the tracking bombs instead, I'm fine. Somehow. I don't know why one of the shots in that disappeared, but it sure did. Fuck! Even when the attacks aren't targeting me, they still hit me somehow. That's kind of bullshit because, yeah, hey, that thing like barely touched me, but also, I'm just tired. You mean to tell me that this game that's bad is not good? I don't really know how to dodge that as base because I assume that if I dash, I'll just collide with it anyway. Fuck. Too low for that even, so if he spawned in, God damn it. This guy needs some sort of tell for his attacks. Like, just, that's all I can really say here is, like, it's bad game design to do this. This basically turns the entire boss into luck. I don't know what else anybody wants me to say. Alright, so we've expended that as much as we can. Now is the time where we just switch to Buster and we pray, basically, because that's about the level that I'm at mentally here is fuck it, just give me a goddamn win game, because at this point... Okay, we've gotten pretty good at dodging the charge. All the crap after it, not so much, but that sort of requires a bit of a weird circular motion to pull off anyway, so... Oh, that was badly done. But also the game accepted double inputs there, so that's not my fault anymore. And there I go, getting punished for attempting to dash. You jerk. You double jerk. Do we have... Okay, we're actually... We're in great shape here because we can just do this for damage at this point. I think this will get us a kill. Maybe. Actually, it's certainly looking like it. And there we go, we win. No secret third phase. That would be really stupid. We beat him. Game over, yeah, etc. Explain these nuts while you wait. Oh, I was gonna say, see, this ending is translated, but I think the other one was too. The credits are not, however, so I don't get to find out if there's actual listed testers in here. So that way I can accuse them of not being real people. These are bigger than his face by a mile. Yeah, he definitely, they got trapped in something underneath the chunk of rubble. Anyway, we have finished this. I don't know what we're doing on Wednesday, but it's very clearly not going to be this. And after this, I'm basically gonna be going to sleep very shortly. Because, yeah. Fuck you, Capcom. Fuck you.